Welcome back to Mr. Episode. Today I have decided to take a trip down from all the way to Newport to the workshops to have a look at a bit of trains and obviously do another video. We'll be exploring a few new trains as well, some steam locomotives and some heritage listed trains as well. So yes, sit back, relax, and enjoy the train we have here is the electric locomotive L class. It's obviously it's a diesel electric. It's got a pantograph at the top right there. So have a look around it. It's pretty cool. It's like it's a diesel electric locomotive with a pantograph, which you don't get to see quite a lot. Still in its Victorian Railways livery, so it's cool. It's not open at the moment, but if it would, I would show you guys inside. And right here we have the former S-class locomotive. This isn't the older Trains Driver 2, like the mobile game. That's pretty much outdated, but this is it. Still looks pretty cool, even though it looks rusted out and old. It's pretty cool, and have a little maintenance vehicle here. Don't know what this is. It's obviously electric with pantograph, and it looks like it's narrow gauge. So, and here we have the Harris. We have the refurbished one down there. We'll have a look at that later. Just show the cab here. It's still pretty rusted out. Still looks cool though. It's got the doors, folding, sliding doors over there. And we'll go to the Hitachi train 187M. It's obviously not in its livery. It's not in any livery. Not the Met, not Connex. Though I'm pretty sure it used to be in Connex, because you can see on these lines here probably signified that it was a Connex train. I think you can climb into it. The lights are on, so that'll be pretty cool. Might go around. Got a few other carriages here. Looks like a maintenance vehicle as well, and some carriages. We have a B-class locomotive. It's a double-headed, so you can drive with both ends. So here, let's have a look at it. It's not open yet, but at 1 o'clock it'll open, so I might come back to this later. It's still got its original livery. It's except for this one. These seats here are the refurbished Connex livery seats. All these are all the special checkered padding seats. And still got doors are manual back there, so you have to open them, but they're closed automatically. And we'll have a look at the refurbished Harris carriage. This is 903M Harris Suburban Electric coach. It's built in 1964 and it was refurbished in 1981 by Commage, so the same year the Commages entered service. Having a look at here, it's kind of the same thing. Same checkered seats like the Hitachi. However, these trains did not make it to Connex and were then pulled off the network by the Commages as well. So the Commage fleet was growing, pulled it off the network as it was getting pretty old as well. Hard to maintain. cars. Obviously, this one probably had its these, I don't know, handlebars or whatever they called it, taken off, or probably replaced it with articulation units. Obviously there's no footstep and everything, though it's definitely different to what the original Harris trailer looked like. We'll go to the front. We'll be able to see it. So this is 795M Harris Suburban Electric Motor Coach. It's built in 1968 in Newport Workshops, which is here, and was drawn in 1989. This is the front of the Harris. They don't have these circle lights here anymore. So during refurbishment, they took that out and gave it a new front. So none of these. It was more smoother. There was no bars or any of that, and they were given like a life extension. We changed the pantographs. They originally kept their diamond pantographs, and didn't change it to the ones that the Commodores had. Though they were refurbished. So yeah, here's the front of it. Kind of looks like a Commodore, kind of doesn't, though it's still in the Met livery. So you can see the horns and everything. See, like there's no light in the middle. They have front headlights. Lights were originally kept the same at the top, and the desto board was moved as well. So what they did is that they completely changed the full layout of the train. Inside was changed. Doors was kept manual, but yeah, that was about it. And they changed the windows and everything. Equipment was probably changed as well, given it being having a life extension. It lasted longer, but was then just taken out of service. I don't know what that's. Sector 2 or whatever it's called. We have another special locomotive. It uses pistons, steam trains. It's built by definitely this was imported by English Electric Co. UK. This probably was made in the UK. Those was drawn in 1986 and was originally used at Newport Power Station. So they probably use this to shunt trucks around, shunt like carriages around to transport power. But yeah, that's probably about it. E-Class here is a diesel electric, something similar to the L-Class over there. It's pantograph. This one has a diamond style pantograph. It was used to be a suburban electric locomotive. I can't be bothered reading the whole thing, but if you guys pause the video here and hope to read, let me know in the comments. And yeah, further down, we might take a look at the B-Class locomotive, double-headed. Looks kind of similar to the A-Class, but it's definitely different. And here we have the famous R704 locomotive, which was an express passenger locomotive, and it's still used for heritage uses as well sometimes. Though I think this model here is probably not used for any use anymore. However, they do keep it, and they keep this in good condition here at Newport. Though there is another one somewhere around Victoria, I'm assuming, that is currently running for heritage uses, but this one is currently out of service at rest here, Newport. And here we have the B class. Actually, it looks pretty cool. We'll have a look at the cab. So here's the cab inside. Looks a bit rusted out, but it's still in its former glory. Driver's seat was raised. There's obviously a seat. Still have all the throttle. There's the what do you call it? The rope wipers. Though the top's pretty much rusted out. It still looks pretty cool though from the outside. I just can't get my eyes on this house train Hitachi. Though later, like I said, 1 o'clock is when they open the inside of the Hitachi, so we'll get to have a look at the interior. A few steam engines here. We've got an H-class steam engine. I'm just assuming it just by these letters at the front. And that's their model. An A-class. And over here we have 2 locomotives. One of them is possibly, I'm assuming, some... I actually don't know. It's an F-class locomotive. I'm pretty sure it uses same thing like the one that was from Britain. Uses a steam locomotive mechanism to move the wheels. And we have a T-class locomotive here, which was used original services before the G-class locomotives, and as you can see, V-Line had their really good looking orange coach carriages. This is T367 and here it is now. Here's the electrical equipment, all the diesel traction and everything. And here we have the A2 class locomotive. We have over here V class, I think, V56. It's in the gold Met livery. So this was obviously used to like shunt trains and everything, but it was used in the Jollymont workshops, which is currently the main. If you guys don't know where the Jollymont workshops was, it was currently where before the MCG, so that main part of where all the tracks are at the moment, where the trains just speed through between the Olympic Park part of Melbourne. We have a J-class locomotive here, 559. Got a VR of Victorian Railways W-class, 255 locomotive. Move further down, we've got a C-class locomotive, C10. Here. This was used for freight uses, I think, back in the day. It's from UK, so it's made here, and it's obviously the speed obviously was limited. It's only 50 miles per hour, which is 80 kilometers an hour. Here, we've got a K class and an N class locomotive. And here's another V-line locomotive, Y class 1Y137. This was used again here at work at Newport. No, this wasn't at Newport. This picture here was taken where the city link would have been. See these power lines here? the bridge would have run right across here and then gone past here. This railway doesn't exist anymore. And I think from memory, this track here would be the former Web Dock train line, which I haven't done a video on, but yeah, I live pretty close right next to it. They would have used that for shunting freight from the different docks. So this Y class has definitely been from where I live all the way here. And here we have a buffet car of the Met livery. You can go inside it.
Unfortunately, not everyone would do it respectfully. That's why
True.
we stop first. Because some people wouldn't be careful, you know?
So this is the buffet car, which is where people would sit down, have their meals. Here's the menu of of the buffet car via, which is Victorian Railways, what they would eat here. Hot dishes and everything. Cold dishes, which is pretty cool. It's currently now in its V-line livery, though this was originally built in its Victorian Railways livery. That must be the emergency stop line, I think. I'm not really sure. Some tracks there. E-class locomotive over there. It's not open currently right now, so can't really see it at the moment. Got the X-class locomotive here. We've got a weird looking loco here, which is probably used to as for maintenance trains as well. So, train broke down or something. This train would just eventually help out. Might have a look. I'm not allowed to go in the cab. It was a crane, so I've gotten this wrong. This would be hauled by a train, not driven individually. It's got all these levers here that would power the crane and everything. Some warning sign that doesn't look like it belongs here. Got the X-class, locomotive here. Might be able to go in the cab later. This class here was used for goods as a freight train. We'll have a look at the. Obviously, it's in Victorian Railways, so we'll have a look. It's a cab. It's called Gerald AD. Gauges. It's 3 old as well. Where the coal would have come from. All the paint and all that sort of stuff. That's where the coal would be. Chucked it into the furnace. And that's what would have powered the train. This is the special swing door suburban electric train. So they look similar to the Tates, but the doors are definitely different. The doors are, you have to obviously open them, and this is carriage 8M. This is the Port Melbourne line. They operated as God knows how many carriages. It was built in 1888 as a steam hauled carriage, 9A DAD, and was rebuilt in 1923 as a motor carriage. So these were originally steam hauled, but were then changed to electric use. However, this is not an EMU.
Swing door carriage,
This is longer than any other train I know. So this was withdrawn in 1967. It's quite a lot. Quite a long time. Yeah, I might do a history video on this one. Security line or Melbourne line, maybe both. Yeah. So this is the swing door. It has its own compartments, but it's currently now used as something else. Got a few other locomotives, other train carriages, which we might see later. We have another green carriage. It shares the similarity with the swing door, definitely. Except this one has no gangway compartment. It has that original bar thing at the bottom, like the swing door here. The pantograph is definitely not a diamond style. It's definitely like a little bit like the V sets, what they had, but a bit more older. And this one is a special exhibit. The Torrens rail car. It was used on the Overland, which is the train line between Adelaide and Melbourne. We've got a few other locomotives here. This was used for mixed traffic. So this one's an Australian made one, which was built in Ballarat. It was using a wagon as a tender to hold supply of coal and water. And it's the oldest locomotive still in service with a brand new H220 heavy harried. So currently today both locomotives are preserved in the museum. Only 1 o'clock, so I'm gonna go now. Walk to the Hitachi again. They've just opened it, so I'm gonna have a look at the interior, take a look at the train, and yeah. We have now arrived at the Hitachi carriage.
They were okay in the winter, but in the summer it was
here we
so
have
hot and nobody liked
Train network. This is the Connex's train network. We've got Lilydale lines. Stony Point line was diesel halls back then.
They've given them the nickname Hitachi because they're from designs by
They didn't use diagrams or any of that. They didn't section it off
things like the design of the electrics and that, like the
any of
suspension
that.
and all that. All Hitachi's designs.
They just
got
used
permission to use them and modify them for our
like red lines and everything. It's a section of designs. Here we have another Connex train network map that's parts of it is older. It's not as big as this one because obviously the latest one of it, which is currently this one, obviously was when they took over the whole of Melbourne's train network. Yeah, this one was when it shared, possibly when it shared service with
I want to sit.
M-Train.
What do you want to?
Let me.
It's 10-point plan.
Welcome to the 70s.
And
These are the beginning of the city.
a bit of the old signs here. This definitely is not used. This Hitachi is probably not used in its Connex livery.
They wanted to withdraw them early, but because we have the copy,
This is all the old advertisements.
just in case, yeah.
And surprisingly, the Hitachis had a middle door in the middle, so that was pretty cool.
So that's the original.
That was the original sort of fabric.
They
And
originally
about the 20th
changed it to the Comminge, which had no middle door in the middle.
Connex and then Connex got one of their train people buy them.
Yeah, these kind of also phased out a little bit of the Tates and swing doors as well. And these trains obviously operated alongside the cottages. As well as this train operating in Australia, these trains were originally based off the Japanese trains, and sometimes and a little bit of the USA. We have the Hudson Manhattan Line subway trains and the Toronto Underground train, which is also air conditioned. And we have the typical Japanese National Railway Southern train. And its name is Hitachi. Sounds Japanese, so it's probably linked to these pictures here. Japanese, it's a full Japanese train, though it operated in Melbourne. These trains at the service, Victorian Railways became Vic Rail, and they then formed Connex. Here we have the map. The St Kilda line, which is now a tram line, and so is the Port Melbourne. Altona would extend to Werribee, and I think that's about it. There's no changes. Upfield would definitely move up to Sunbury, and Broadmeadows would go up to Craigieburn. And St Albans would, actually I don't know where St Albans would be part of, and I forgot what other line. We have a few more pictures here. We have Vic Rail, another advertisement. It's the Hitachi train here. They had they introduced two arm pantographs, and stone coal marker lights, which are also used on Harris. The original signs. So you have to open the doors by hand, which is why they have this doorknob there. Obviously had locking systems as well. And here, this would actually be the Route 58. This was taken right near the zoo. This is the
that's a cement mixer.
the prototype of the Z-Class trams.
That's like driving most.
And this is the Hitachi
So you remember these ones?
background. This would be like Royal Park. That's where the picture would have been taken. Another advertisement up there is more Victorian Railways. This is the advertisement on the new bogies they use, air suspension. Another, and they're moving the train. No, these windows these are exactly the same windows they used on the Z-Class and A-Class trams. You just pull the windows down. More posters here. These seatings are actually foam seating, even though they're actually pretty comfortable. You can't really see it. This is why are there two coffee cups there? Okay, number one, this is all official. Number two coffee cups are not meant to be there. And number three, obviously there's no middle door cab. There's no middle door in the cab. And you can't actually access the cab, unlike the cottages, from the passenger compartment. What's the train now? These trains operated from 1970 to 2000 and something. I don't don't know, like 2012, 13, 14. They used it in the city loop, and actually, for a matter of fact, these trains were used in the city loop to replace the Tates, because the Tates were made in were made using wood, and they didn't allow the Tates to go through the city loop because it was wood again, and it would obviously be a risk of fire. However, the Hitachis are fully stainless steel, and they were able to bring it through the city loop. So obviously here we have the map of Vicrail, and obviously this looks like on Hitachi it's got their middle door removed, hence why there's this big discolorization on the trains. Though these trains were pretty cool. I never ended up riding on one though. However, even though they got withdrawn from service. Well, a matter of fact, actually, these pantographs, even though they looked like they were the only pantographs that Hitachis used, they also used the diamond style pantographs. Definitely, like here's reference to prove that it's probably made in Japan. So it's Hitachi Limited, Tokyo, Japan. That's race course. Which is what this train here has as its testo.
It's like a rubbery kind of material.
So it's nice and grippy. So this one's a little. The only complaint about this is a little bit slippery.
Yeah.
Those ones have got a bit more grip to them. So.
Right.
This is
And
the Hitachis went under
I think the thinking behind that
refurbishment.
was if there's any mess,
This
it's going to end
is
up in
Connex
the
pad
groove.
seating.
So
So they had them
gets
mounted
trapped
up
in the groove and just
the
builds
sides
up.
of the seats.
Because it's not really
Except
like a
for here,
drain or anything.
mounted up seats.
All the gunk in there, and you guess someone's going to try and chip it away. Which is, you know, on a suburban train, we've only got like half an hour to clean it and turn it around.
Wow.
It's quite quick, yeah.
Some special
Like these
padding
ones, I
with
mean,
the
you grab a
floors.
broom or whatever and just quickly sweep it down and
Yep.
shove it out the door. So, yeah.
Awesome.
What they used
Cool.
back then.
Thank you.
No worries,
Yeah,
no cheers,
they
buddy.
use
Yeah.
currently for the Commongers 2007. Handlebar. They're not on the Commongers at the moment. Yellow poles. Yeah, that looks about it. I might see if I can get into a steam train to conclude the video. Because obviously you must go into a steam train. I haven't gotten into a diesel electric locomotive yet. I'd like to get into one of those ones. So, though the T-Class really reminds me of the X-Class locomotives they used in Sydney and maybe Melbourne. And we have a luggage trailer that they use to haul luggages in the stations, mostly Flinders Street. This one's has its guts open, so that's interesting. Though, yeah, I think that's about it. I'll see if I can get into a locomotive to conclude the video. So that'll be cool. I unfortunately didn't get to go on unfortunately get to go into a diesel locomotive, though I have gone into the signal box, all the signal things here, and there you go, an X-Class plate. That'll be pretty cool. Comeng, which is currently not functioning anymore, Siemens, all the plates here, I'll store it in here. And yeah, it's a ticket machine, $1.75, $1.05 per ticket. And fortunately, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one, and yeah, bye.